So, as the price of fuel just keeps bouncing all over the place, everyone's looking for that one magic trick.
That instant money saver.
Exactly. And you always see these little gadgets pop up. The question is, can a simple plug-in device really give you these, massive fuel savings they promise?
And that is exactly what we're digging into today. We're doing a deep dive into the claims around one specific device. It's called FuelSync.
Okay.
And the idea is to really analyze the marketing promises and, stack them up against what we actually know from an automotive and a scientific perspective.
Okay, let's unpack this because the concept, it's incredibly appealing.
Of course.
FuelSync says you just plug it in and it optimizes your engine's fuel usage. You get better mileage, you use less gas, and you don't have to change how you drive at all.
Right. They're promising significant improvements in efficiency and a big reduction in consumption.
And that's where you have to start asking questions.
This is where we need to apply some scrutiny. To even understand if these claims are possible, we have to talk about the car's brain, the engine control unit, or ECU.
So with this ECU, how much room is really left on the table? How much efficiency can a little aftermarket gadget actually find?
What's fascinating here is that the ECU isn't just some, simple chip. Think of it more like your engine's obsessive accountant.
Okay.
It is constantly balancing everything: performance, emissions, safety, and efficiency. It's adjusting timing, airflow, the fuel mix, spark, all of this, millisecond by millisecond.
So the manufacturers, they're already doing this.
They're driven by intense competition and, global regulations. They have already tuned these ECUs to squeeze out every last drop of efficiency, but within the engine's safe operating limits.
Wait, okay, so if a car company has spent billions on this, are you saying that none of these gadgets work at all? Or is it just that the huge advertised gains aren't there? Because I know people who swear by them.
And that's the core issue. If one of these fuel savers doesn't fundamentally change the engine's core programming or, modify the sensor data in a really sophisticated way, it can't deliver those huge mileage gains.
So the computer's too smart to be tricked.
It is. The logic is just too robust. Real fuel savings come from managing physics. Things like weight, resistance, engine load, not from trying to bypass the computer.
Okay, so if the science suggests we should be skeptical, what about independent tests? Has anyone put these things on a dynamometer and just checked?
They have, and independent automotive tests, expert reviews, they all look at similar devices, the OBD plugins, the magnets you put on the fuel line, the simple tuning boxes.
Yeah.
And the result is consistently the same. No meaningful, no measurable improvement in fuel economy. They just don't hold up under controlled, repeatable testing.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though. The user feedback. You go on forums, you read reviews, and it's all over the map. You see everything from it did nothing at all to I've even seen, I think my mileage actually got worse.
Right.
The fact that you almost never see reliable documented savings with, actual control measurements, it really suggests it's confirmation bias. You bought it, so you want it to work.
That really brings us to the conclusion. Based on the scientific evidence, based on the real-world tests, FuelSync is not a proven fuel saver. If you're buying this, hoping for consistent, big mileage gains from a simple plug-in, well, the data suggests that skepticism is very much warranted. It's just about consumer transparency.
So if the gadget path is a dead end, we should probably focus on where the real savings are. The proven, measurable stuff.
The boring stuff that works.
Yeah, give us the non-glamorous but effective list.
Okay, you focus on the fundamentals, the things that manage the physics. Number one, and it's the simplest, maintain proper tire pressure.
I hear this all the time.
Because it's true. A tire that's underinflated by just a little bit, say 6 psi, can cost you over 1% in efficiency. After that, smooth driving habits, no aggressive starts, no hard braking, and just keep up with regular maintenance, especially your air filter.
And what about just sitting in the car with the engine on?
Reducing idle time. It's huge. Idling is just burning fuel to go 0 miles.
So skip the widget, check your tires, and you'll actually save money.
Exactly. And that brings up a final thought to mull over. If manufacturers already optimize engines for peak efficiency, where does the real leverage for future fuel-saving innovation even lie? Maybe it's less about the engine and more about material science, reducing vehicle weight or radical new designs and aerodynamics. That's the real question, I think.
So what does this all mean? Thanks for trusting us with your research on this one. And of course, a necessary note, this is educational commentary and not medical advice.